Hi everybody, here's Krystian from Teamworkcast.
And this is Putty from Teamworkcast.
And this is Netrunner with Teamworkcast. This is another exciting video from a local tournament at Hiveworld in Cologne.
You know,
on the 9th. Yes.
We have to ban the use of NBN.
Yeah, as you can see, it's quite popular, and now we have, I'm playing against Gereon, my good old friend Gereon, well not old, but recent friend Gereon, who is a local Cologne player, and he is also an awesome person all around, a huge contributor to the Netrunner community. I'm gonna pimp his stuff right now because he's awesome. He made 2 awesome apps for the iPad to use with Netrunner. One of them being NRTM, which is like a Netrunner tournament organizing app for the iPad. And it's actually awesome. It's the best Netrunner tournament organizing app out there ever. Like even like the tools that Fantasy Flight supplies, it's not that awesome as his iPad thing. And actually, the regionals recently were organized on an iPad just because his software is so superior. And the other thing that he recently released is a Net Deck, which is like a deck building app for the iPad.
Does he also run a Netrunner podcast?
No, he doesn't. But he's a software developer, so he makes those, and they're both for free.
That's amazing.
So you just get them, and this is awesome software. So I'm playing, and we already had him on our show, by the way. We had it in the Store Championship in Aachen, where I played against him and lost. And now I am playing against him here. He's playing NBN, and I am playing Chaos Theory.
He has mulliganed completely.
Yes, he has mulliganed. And this is the final. So this is the 3rd round, but this was a small tournament, just 6 people. So we are playing who is going to be the winner of the tournament.
Whoa! Are you gonna win?
Let's see about that. This is going to be a tough one. I won against Gereon in the past already, but his last game that we recorded, I lost. He certainly has more experience than I do.
I don't know. I think that you can get through.
I can. I think this deck has the ability to defeat his deck. He's just playing. I'm gonna spoil it right away. He's just playing NBN Fast Advance. No killing things like with Lewis on a previous round. Is just pure NBN Fast Advance.
So, in other news today, Emma Watson graduated from Brown University.
Sweet.
She has a degree in English.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always thought she already graduated because she graduated from Hogwarts.
She had to go get her Muggle degree.
Well, she's a Muggle file,
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gereon draws a card, installs an ice. Interesting that he drew a card there. I wonder if he had 2 little ice on his starting hand. I am playing the same old thing, and I'm playing Dirty Laundry on his archives, I assume.
That laundry was smelly.
I love the card. There's a sexy lady on this card.
I really wonder about all of that. Is it that... Oh.
What?
There was a chit malfunction there.
Uh-oh.
Is that another Dirty Laundry? Oh,
yes.
Man.
Dirty laundering it up.
You're airing your sexy laundry in public.
What can you do when you have such a redhead going on? Alright, then there is a quality time. After Dirty Laundry with my redhead, I'm spending some quality time with her.
And a sure gamble? Oh, man.
Yes. No sure gamble. Did I play sure gamble?
No, there's one in your hand now, though.
Yes. I will eventually sure gamble it up. So it's Gereon's turn. Gereon is a avid user of the dice system, so we kind of have to squint with our eyes to see what's going on. He's playing a sweepstake to get 4 money. He's at 9 right now. And then he installs a card in a server. And he protects the server with an ice.
You know that you got to get that because you know that that's an agenda.
I cannot afford it to be as Astro script. I ran it, and it's an Ouroboros, not an ice that you see every day.
I was gonna say I don't recognize that at all.
4 strength Sentry has just 1 trace. No, 2 traces. 1 trace is I cannot make any runs anymore this turn, and the other trace is end run.
Ouroboros. Resident Evil 5.
Yeah, he doesn't increase the strength of the first trace, and he makes the second trace a strength 9. So it's strength 4 and strength 9. And I choose not to pay anything, so I cannot make any runs this turn, and it is end run for me. Instead, I choose Sure Gamble.
You choose money over fame.
I choose money.
Is that garrote that you have in your hand there?
I just realized, I mean, the story here is that Chaos Theory, this little girl, is making dirty laundry for a redhead. That's kind of like creepy.
She learned it from her dad.
You know, I know what Chaos Theory reminds me of. She reminds me of Ed from Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
She's totally Ed from Cowboy Bebop. Man, I love her even more now. I'm getting out a Gereon blade to hack through code gates. Sadly, no code gate out yet. But you know, if I have the breaker, I'd rather play it, unless I lose it to some kind of net damage thing.
You gotta keep him. Oh, you kept him. He's no.
I'm being a little bit risky. I'm running the R&D, and I'm now using Maker's Eye to run the R&D. Not quite as efficient because I get to see 2 cards.
Yeah!
And I score breaking news. Booyah. Boom. So the first run, to clarify, the first run without the Maker's Eye was just to test if he will rest the ice. And if I notice that he won't rest the ice, then I decide, all right, it's time to go.
But having played your deck before, if he was smart, he would have res the ice the second time. Because, anyway.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I mean, if he can keep me out, then he will keep me out. I mean, if he rests the ice on the first time, then the ice would work on the second time as well.
I guess this is kind of indicating how balls out my strategies usually are. Uh-oh.
Oh, wait a minute, things are happening. I played as Kitty Jones, and he advanced the Project Beal, so he is at 2 points, I'm at 1 point.
Oh.
I don't have any money. He doesn't have any money either.
No money, and you've got a Sure Gamble in your hand. If that was an easy mark, you could have $3 right now.
But it is a Sure Gamble, so I have to get money before I get money. I discarded an AR Levy Lab access. Always a bad thing if you start with it on your starting hand. Because that's the kind of card that you want to use late in the game. You don't want to see it on your starting hand. I'm getting the money, spending the money. I'm playing a Shakana. Uh-oh. So I'm running on R&D. I'm seeing a card. I think I already saw this card already. But I'm running twice on R&D now. I know that he cannot rest the ice there. So I'm putting 2 counters on Shakana. Shakana is a program when it gets...
anti-NBM.
It is an anti-fast advance card. What does it do, Nick?
If you have 3 tokens on it, increases the ice, or the agenda points, not the agenda points, the advancement requirement of all agendas by 1.
Yes. And how do you get those counters?
Run on R&D.
Ah, that's right. So whenever I run R&D, I get a counter on it, and then once there are 3 counters on it, every agenda will cost 1 more, so it cancels fast advanced techniques, basically. But he can, at any point, he can clear virus counters. He can use 3 clicks, so he has an entire turn to clear virus counters. All right, so he installed a card there, and I used a infiltration to find out what card it is, and I found out that it is a snare. It's something that he didn't anticipate, I guess, because the snare in NBN is not common.
Yeah, fooled you.
But I looked right through his poker gambit there. Just 2 counters on Shakana right now, so it's not in effect right now. But I was kind of like worried that it would be an agenda, right? So
I think it was a good play.
Yeah.
Now you know not to go to archives.
He throws away the snare to install a new card, but I know that Gereon is the kind of guy who would install a second snare. Just to fool with me.
Oh, it's Jackson!
It's Jackson! He gets 2 cards with Jackson.
No, Jackson. You devil.
So I got Katie out. Katie's being clicked. Jackson is out. All our favorites are in play. Nick.
I'm telling you. Jackson and Katie, they're going to switch places.
All right, getting 2 monies and spending the 2 monies on a prepaid voice pad. That seems like a good investment in what I'm doing. And investing in the future, Nick. That's how I rationalize every time I buy an expensive gadget. It's like, I'm investing into my future.
I think that every day, Chaos Theory has been looking up at a sign that says the world is yours, and now she's attacking NBN because she wants the world to be hers.
Oh, wow.
This is getting into the mindset of Chaos Theory.
I trust completely in you when it comes to fan fiction. So he played and raised a private contracts, which is like a 14 money Armitage for the corporation. You can click it to get money from it, and there is 14 money on it. So it's like a bank account that you can slowly get money from. So now I think he's at, not exactly sure, 7? Is that true?
It looks 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
I think it's 6.
That's how I prefer tokens. Tokens are much more visible on videos. And it kind of feels like, more haptical. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, I played with dice before, and it can be very fast, especially with like these D6 dice. All right, 2 clicks. I'm playing 2 clicks. What are the 2 clicks?
I think you're going to get cash.
I'm getting cash.
You
2
desperately
monies.
need to play that sure gamble in your hand. Yeah, there you go.
And sure gamble, indeed. Did I get 4 monies?
No, you got 5 monies because you spent 1 from your prepaid.
No, but how did this work? I think I made a mistake there.
No, you didn't make a mistake at all. You paid 1, which lowered the cost to 4, and you got 5.
Did I start with 1 already?
No, you had 4 in your... Basically, you get 9 out of Sure Gamble. 1 is paid with your prepaid.
I know, but I need 4, and I think I started with 0 money. Not exactly sure.
You started with 1 money.
All right, if I started with 1 money, then I didn't misplay it in there.
Yeah, you're fine.
Then my confusion is cleared up. I'm sorry about that, guys. Sometimes I get confused myself. Gereon opens up a new server. This kind of like multi-server play is something that he really enjoys. He developed a deck Replicating Perfection with Jinteki. And I think we're gonna see. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we're gonna see it a lot in the next tournament that we're gonna broadcast. All right, same old thing being used for Maker's Eye. I want to see more cards.
But what if he actually?
If he can afford to rest this thing now, This is a gamble now.
Yeah.
All right, he doesn't rest. I'm seeing a card. I'm seeing a card. I'm seeing a card. Nothing of value.
Boo!
But the Shikana is in play now. That was my strategy now. He installed a card there. If he wants to, he can advance it for the next turn. I'm screwed. If maybe this is like a Sandsor or something. So I used the Shikana to make the advancement more expensive for him. So he cannot advance out of hand if this was a Sansan.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess he doesn't even have the money. Anyway, it just breaks him down. Just slows him down. Alright, he's playing the giraffe. He's showing me cards.
Look at all those cards.
Except one.
So I wonder if that's a snare or is it an agenda?
You don't really know.
Man, this guy, he is tricky.
Gereon knows how to play this game. He played this game before.
He's been around the block.
Yeah, it's almost as if he made like 2 apps for this game.
He is a runner in his real life.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? He's like basically made his job into his hobby.
Mm-hmm. If you can't play what you do for work, what's the point?
Man, I would love to have a Gereon identity in Netrunner.
We need to start making them.
Yeah, I wonder. I think he would be a shaper because he's making apps, right? He's making his magnum opus.
I don't know. He could be a criminal as well, considering how many snares he's got back in there.
Yeah, he's kind of like a criminal mindset.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm getting another iPad. I need more iPads. Still not looking so hot on my money. I'm at 6 right now.
It makes me think of prepaid cell phones in The Wire.
Yeah, that's basically the idea here. I love the flavor text. It basically describes a phone. It's a device that you can telephone with, and it doesn't have anything else. It's basically a phone.
Wow.
He plays a hedge fund.
A personal access device with most of its functions ripped out. Just about all it's good for is making voice calls and managing your contacts.
It's a cell phone.
The only reason to ever have one is for its anonymity, which for a certain kind of person is all the reason one needs.
So apparently hackers really need cell phones.
All that old technology.
It's kind of funny that we consider cell phones old technology. I remember that cell phones blew my mind.
I know. I was sitting in my car across town with a flat, and I could call a tow truck from my car.
I was in Amsterdam's red light district, and my mom called me.
Before I would have had to have walked a couple miles to somebody's house and said, "Hello, can I please use your phone? My car broke down." And then the Rocky Horror Picture Show would begin.
So I played Self-Modifying Code, the best card in the game, arguably. And I'm getting out a card, which is a Corroder.
Corroder. I like the clone chip, personally.
The clone chip is also good, but Self-Modifying Code is just the perfect tutor. The perfect codebreaker tutor. Not even codebreaker, you can get every program, even like a Magnum Opus. Mopus.
I've been debating on whether or not the Magnum Opus is an excellent card or not.
And people really love it, but I think I arrived at the Netrunner scene before, like after it's got replaced by other cards.
Yeah.
So I never saw like the magnificence of Magnum Opus.
I mean, you can essentially place it first turn and get 6 tokens back. That would just be your first turn, and then I don't know.
Alright, I got out another. It's a little bit of glary there. I got out another same old thing. And I think this is going to get exciting now. Subliminal messaging. He's really rich right now.
He is really rich. And he's not advancing anything.
Alright, he's purging. He purged my counters.
Oh,
this is the signal. This is a signal for me. I know that he wants to score next turn. I really need to... I'm really, challenged to do successful runs now. I know he probably has an agenda on his hand. Maybe there's an agenda installed on a server. I don't even know, man.
It's somewhere, somehow, an agenda.
I just know that it's time to call Katie to get money.
Yes. I think you need to run on that server down there.
My rig is not complete.
Now your rig is complete.
But now it is playing a Garodi.
That wolf.
Or Garode? I don't know. I'm still at 10 money, even after paid for the Garode. Still have 2 clicks.
Do it! Go! Come on, go!
I have to go somewhere. I'm drawing a card? What? And then I'm running the new server. Okay. Because whatever he wants to score out of hand, it has to be there. Needs to be a Sensen in there. And I'm just praying that it will be cheaper than 5 money. A rotor turret, breaking it easily now with my good thing that I got out the Garoti before I ran.
Kidding.
Then I'm getting through a Bastion.
And
it's just perfectly enough to trash the Sensen.
Good job.
Whew, that was close call right there. He almost could score out of hand.
And then it would have just been lights out for you.
Well, it wouldn't be, but it could have been like an Astro script. And of course, now I know on his hand is probably an agenda.
Yeah.
But, that's basically the strategy. And something that you, Nick, you sent me recently, like this, like surgical silhouette deck.
Yes.
That's basically surgical silhouette with chaos theory, right? So it's like, you wait for the right opportunity, you set up your rig, and then you make the run when you're sure that is what you need right now. But I think we're going to see a lot of silhouette in the future, but I think silhouette is the better chaos theory. I'm convinced that I can make her work. It has become my goal in Netrunner to make her work. Gereon is considering. He's icing up his server.
Oh man, that is one heck of an expensive server.
First click. The blue counters on his card, by the way, are his clicks.
Yeah.
So, and then he gets money from his private contracts. I'm dieseling up.
I just need more cards, man. I need more cards. You got any more cards? We have to run. Come on.
Yeah, I'm just force feeding myself cards out of my deck. Second click, run on R&D.
Oh, we gotta get that.
He uses Jackson Howard. No, wait a minute. Does he use Jackson Howard?
Oh, you're running on archives?
On R&D.
Why is he using Jackson Howard?
Because I think he wants to decrease the density of agendas in his deck.
Ah, man, this guy. Talk about surgical.
I know, right? Oh, he puts actually an agenda inside there.
Come get it, buddy.
No, wait a minute. Maybe I did run on archives. And he showed me that there is an agenda in there, but I don't have the money to score it because it's an APD contract.
Ah, man.
Oh man, that's really hurtful right now. I have to money up. This surgical strike right now was very taxing to me, and I have to get up money-wise. This is a scoring window for him, of course. Now he's very rich. He probably could install something in that server right now. Yeah, I did. I made a mistake there. I didn't run on R&D. I did run on archives because he thought Shakana gives tokens on all internal servers or main servers, but it's actually just for R&D. All right, I'm drawing up a card.
22 minutes in, only 2 agendas scored.
He iced up archives. Smart thing. I mean, it's the battle. It's the game. I'm gonna spoil it right away. We're not gonna show the second game because it went into time. So this is the game that will decide everything right now. The entire tournament.
Oh my god! It all comes down to this subliminal messaging. You can't let him get that free $1, man.
I don't have the money to run, Nick.
I tell you.
I need the money to fuel my addiction.
Look at he's saving. Somebody has a coupon in the corporation, and it's like, "Have you been hacked this week?" No. Oh, here's $1. Save $1 on Big Macs.
Yeah, subliminal messaging has a nice flavor to it. Like there's like a subliminal messaging that you should run or something, or maybe they're making money with subliminal messaging. Mm-hmm. It's weird. All right, Gereon thinking what to do. He has 3 clicks now. He has plenty of money. It's hard to tell right now, but it should be way over 10. He installs a card. Installs a second card. 2 cards right now.
Uh-oh. Oh my god!
And he ices up even more!
Giant wall. And look, he's polite enough to have all of his cards right there so he doesn't have room for his elbows.
Down to 13 credits.
You still have that sure gamble in your hand. It could be 3 credits already.
Getting Katie. I have to do something now. I have to be drastic now. Account siphon.
Oh man.
I'm thinking if he has a Sansan out, he needs money to rest that Sansan. So I need to relieve him of his money, and I need money ASAP. He rests a wraparound, but the wraparound won't stop me. I don't even care. I'm the honey badger of barriers.
He takes what he wants.
He can rest something now to get rid of money. But he is so rich that, if he rests something, he still will have enough money for the account siphon to hit him.
And if he reses the Sansan on the server that's unprotected, if that's what's there, then you're just going to go and trash it anyway.
Yeah. So he decides not to res anything. I get 2 tags. Then I play Lawyer up for 2 clicks. Yes, it doesn't cost me anything now. I spent 2 clicks for this. and I remove all my tokens, and I get to draw cards.
What a good card.
Lawyer Up is the best. I hope I remember that it costs 2 clicks. I just hope I remember.
Pros don't need to call their lawyer. Pros have their secretary rigged to do it for them.
Oh yeah, I did remember. It's the end of my turn. I think I spent... the first click was Katie, then Run, then Lawyer Up. Alright.
That is a good picture. I really enjoy the Lawyer Up picture.
Alright, he scores NASCAR script. There was NASCAR script in the server. Very, very bad for me. Very good for Gereon. He now has an opportunity to score something out of hand if he needs it. He is also at 4 points now. I am still at 1 point. Oh, no.
Things are not looking good for Team Zizu.
What a drawback. Chaos Theory has to snuggle with dinosaurs a while to recover from this.
Come on, sure, Gamble. Nope, Dirty Laundry.
Getting out another voice pad, getting out of Dirty Laundry. On Archives, I believe. Is it on Archives?
Looks like it.
Yes, it's on Archives. He uses... of course, now I have the money to score the NAPD contract in the Archives. Mm-hmm. And so now he uses Jackson Howard to get an NAPD out of his archives. And also... Sanson!
You son of a bitch.
That's rude. How dare you? Alright.
Gereon, very, very skilled player. Very shrewd.
Gereon is the kind of player who uses...
every part of his brain, whereas most people only use 10%.
Yeah, he's basically limitless.
Yes.
He took the pill, but then he stopped taking the pill. He just learned to use the brain.
Yeah, he is John Travolta in the movie Phenomenon.
Yeah, he really is, without the Scientology part. All right, indexing. I waited for him to use up his Jackson Howard. Now I do the indexing thing. Mm. He reses the ice on the R&D, and it is a Draco. He really likes Draco. I don't like Draco.
Draco is an interesting ice. I played somebody the other day who increased him to strength 20.
He is a strength 3 right now, so he invested 3 money into resing, or 4 money to resing Draco.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just break him, whatever. Doesn't matter. The other ice is not being resed, and I get to see 5 cards, and I can get to arrange them in any order. I don't access the cards though, so if there is no agenda there, I'm not accessing the agenda. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's still a danger that the card that he installed there is in Jackson Howard, in which case the Draco would fizzle out. The indexing would fizzle out. Mm-hmm. I make another run on there.
He's not reaching for it.
He's not reaching for it, so it's not... And it is a Sansan. I haven't found an agenda, apparently. I just found an Sansan in those 5 cards. Bad luck! Usually you find at least one agenda with indexing, not this time around.
That is statistically improbable.
But I know that even if he has the money, he can't rest that second ice. That second ice is probably useless. And of course, indexing has the perfect synergy with Shakana, because you make 2 runs on R&D to make it work. Mm-hmm. So you get like 2 tokens of Shakana. Mm-hmm. So Shakana is doing well now.
Uh-oh. Another card down there.
It took him all his money to rest the thing, so he gets money, and I discover I use a infiltration to discover that it is another Jackson Howard installed in that server just now.
You brilliant man.
Yeah, so now I'm using like all this infiltration to make my runs more efficient. To not do any kind of wild goose chases. But I still decide to run on Jackson Howard now. So I'm breaking Ouroboros for 4.
And he's just going to use it, isn't he?
He's gonna use it, yes, indeed.
I think I would have run on R&D first, then ran on Jackson Howard.
The thing is, I saw the 5 top cards on R&D.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that part.
So that's the thing. You kind of have to keep track of how many cards he drew.
Yeah.
So you know when there is a fresh card on R&D.
Indeed.
But of course now he shuffled his deck.
Now.
So now there's a new card on top of R&D.
What if the card that you cut just now was...
So maybe this was a strategy of mine all along. Let's see about that.
You are using every part of your brain now, too. You are evolving. Although
So
this
counting
game is
my
only
clicks.
half done. So.
I'm counting my clicks. Or same old thing.
I think it's going to be yes.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was a beautiful play. Oh man, I'm proud of my past self right there. So I used Jackson Howard for him to shuffle his R&D. So now I can do a Maker's Eye with same old thing. I'm seeing 3 cards, and one of them is indeed a project deal, a well-deserved project deal, I would say. I'm at 3 points. He's still at 4 points, so I'm still behind. But it's looking better now, and of course Shakana gets a token now, so now fast advance is out of question for now. At least, it's out of question, and unless he would have to get out Sansan, res it, and then use the Esco Strip token to score something. Then it would work. But just the Esco Strip token or just the Sansan is not enough. He needs both.
Mm-hmm. Unless he spends all of his clicks to clear credits or clear virus tokens again.
But then I know that I have to run on his hand.
Yeah, that's true.
And also I know that probably a Sansan is out or something, so I need to trash it. So this is going to be now the find the Sansan game. I cannot remove the Esco Script token, but I can kill his Sansans.
There's 2 Jacksons that he's used, so there's probably one more Jackson somewhere.
Yeah, there's Jacksons. Jackson's also a problem for me. Of course, if I trash a Jackson, then he can get him back with another Jackson.
But there's 2 out, so there's only 1 that's active right now.
Is it 2 that are out? Yeah, 2. Right, sweet. All right, so there's just 1 more Jackson out there. I'm thinking hard about this. I'm drawing a card. Deck is getting thinner. Diesel up. Getting fast and furious right now. Didn't draw so great cards if I think so. Oh, there's another same old thing in there, so that's good. But I think I'm going to need at least 1 same old thing for the AR Levy Lab access that I discarded earlier.
This is a pickle.
Subliminal messaging in effect. I didn't do a run. Oh, he advances. Oh, damn! He advances a breaking news, so he is at 5 points now. He just needs 1 2-point agenda to win the game, and he has an Escrow Script token. But wait a minute. I just realized he couldn't have installed Advance this card.
No, he could not have.
That was a serious misplay there.
Uh-oh.
This agenda cost 3 to advance now because of Shakana, and he didn't notice. So, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Maybe a foreshadowing what's coming up.
That's bad, MK.
Foreshadowing. I'm playing a modded Plascrete. I don't know why. I guess I had the cards on my hand, and it's just 1 credit and 1 click, so whatever. And just in case he has some surprise, Scorched Earth on his hand or something. I'm really looking for more cards on my hand to do some damage there, and I want him to get out another Sansan so I can trash it. He gets money.
So, do you want to tell us now whether or not that mistake cost you the game?
No, that wasn't a misplay right now.
Okay.
There's going to be probably... I'm not going to spoil it. There's going to be more happening in this game.
Oh man. I'm looking forward to that.
But I have noticed that there was this misplay here, so yeah, so it happened already before. This is, and I have to tell, I mean, we are very tense at this moment. This is the final battle. This is the culmination of this tournament. And as you can see, blows are being exchanged. He's in the lead. It seems like he's winning, but on the other hand, I have Shakana. I'm catching up very quickly. I have full rig out. I have a lot of control over what's going on. I'm doing another account siphon. He gets rid of some of his money to res another private contracts. Mm-hmm. I get through the thing, and I do steal all of his money, even though there was just 3 money there. But 6 credits is not something to and I'm charging up KD. I think I end up deciding not to remove the things, right?
It looks like it.
Oh, I did. I think I did. I think the first one was first click was account siphon, then remove credits, tags, and then click KD. So keeping clean, removing all the tags. He doesn't have any money, so it's a bad situation for him. He cannot res anything. I'm literally just waiting for my next opportunity to strike.
While this has been going on, Gereon has started following me on Twitter.
Oh. Gereon is actually a good buddy of mine in Netrunner. We've been driving together to all those tournaments recently. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's a very cool guy.
It's sad, around here, Magic is still king. Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! So, no one ever has tournaments for...
Well, so is in Hiveworld, but really, recently, we kind of got a Netrunner community going recently. So I'm drawing up the last cards with a Diesel. I have an infiltration there. He just installed a card in his server, but I found out that it is a snare. It's a good thing I had the infiltration, because otherwise I would have fought through this entire server. And then, because thinking maybe that might be like a Sansan, and then just discover that it's nothing. So, and instead do a Maker's Eye run. He has some money, so he can res some things. I think he reses a Draco there, right? Is that a Draco? Not exactly sure.
I can't tell.
He's thinking. No, he doesn't res. It is a Draco, though, I saw. So I'm breaking through the first Draco, strength 3 Draco, no problem. And I'm seeing 3 cards. I'm trashing one of them. It's a Sansan! Yes! I sniped the Sansan! Oh, man. But of course now I'm poor again. But there's money on KD. I'm still going well. He checks how many cards I have on my hand. I probably will have to do a AR Levy Lab access soon. He's playing subliminal messaging.
Still not enough money. Oh wait, no, you do. You have enough money now to run. Sure, yeah.
Well, I can always get KD if I need the money, so that's no problem. I don't have enough. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, because of the pets. That's right. Yeah, Sure Gamble is ridiculously efficient right now. Mm-hmm. You get 7 money for a Sure Gamble. Pfft. Some discussion going on the table. Because I think on a second table somebody used shipment from Sansan in together with what is it called, that card? That's agenda called again? Efficiency Committee. And that's possible. Alright, Gereon finally decides to trash that ice that he was never able to rest throughout the game, and secures his R&D even more. He doesn't get rid of the snare in this huge server right there. Huh. So what will I do now? This is getting really tense game right now, isn't it?
Yes, it's getting all super complex. Where are all of his agendas?
So I'm sure gambling up. Well, I'm waiting for him to draw them so I can get them. Same old thing. AR Levy Lab. Gotta do it now. Got AR Levy Lab right now. So I'm mixing my cards on my hand and my discard pile and my not R&D, my deck together and mix and shuffle them, and I begin a new game, so to speak. I draw 5 new cards.
This is, I mean, you guys have been going for 40 minutes now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tense game. It's the final game. There's not much time left to do the second game now, but we really, I mean, it's the battle of the titans right now. Blows being exchanged, and the game is still open. Everything can happen now.
2 mighty juggernauts.
If he just managed to squeeze out an agenda, the game is done. I'm kind of behind with agendas, but I have him in a vice. I have the Shikana going on. So I didn't do a run, so he gets the subliminal messagings out. There's lots of secret hidden cards in archives.
But you know that he had Snare. Or no. Snare's still installed in that server.
Snare doesn't work in archives. It's Shock.
Shock.
But he has Snare. Oh man. I think he used all of his Jackson Howards, right?
Yeah, there was one.
Oh no! Now comes this play. I know that there is a Snare in the server.
Yeah.
He installed a second card next to the Snare in the same server. And I have to think that this is now the Sansan. If I want to trash the Sansan, I need to access the Snare.
Oh man.
So he basically makes me eat the Snare if I want to get to the Sansan. And I'm just asking, like swallowing, like, you mean I have to access the other card as well if I want to trash it?
I can hear him just laughing.
And he's like, you understand where this is going, Mr. Wayne? Alright, so I'm figuring out how to do this. I need to get rid of the Sansan, because if he can reset next turn, he wins the game. This Sansan needs to go this turn, right now. I am at 4 money. I have a lot of money on Kitty though.
You have a lot of money on Katie, you have your prepaid voice pads. There's nothing in your heap.
Alright, I'm doing the right thing, I'm getting Katie. I have to. You
gotta be aggro, man.
I have to endure the snare into the face.
And you're getting Shirk Gamble? No.
And I'm doing dirty laundry on the server. No, on archives. I need to dirty laundry on archives. I want to see if the hidden cards are any agendas, because Gereon likes to hide cards in the agendas in his archives. Third click, a run on this huge server of his. I really want to have a lot of money to make sure that I can get through all of his eyes that he may be resing. No res, no res. Is it no res? It's no res. Breaking the turret for 1, no, for 2, and then breaking the bastion for 3.
So you're gonna eat that snare. Uh-oh.
And then I can decide in which order I access those cards. And then I'm getting the Sansan first. I guess correctly, it's the Sansan. Trashing the Sansan and getting the snare. He pays for the snare. He gets to trash 3 cards. He removing all the cards from my hand. Lawyer Up was in there. Ah, man. Alright, so I have 1 click left, and I use this 1 click left to I have left to remove the tag.
But you got rid of the last Sansan.
Man, that was tense, and I didn't even get an agenda, right?
No.
I just trashed the Sansan.
Where are his agendas? Oh, man.
He obviously has to have 1 on his hand now. but I'm like not prepared to waste this money running on his hand over and over again. I don't have any like HQ interface or anything. I would always just see one card. Probably should have run more on his hand right now. But, time is on my side. I mean, he just ran out of Sand Sense, right?
He should be out of Sand Sense.
Well, he can always... I haven't been keeping count of Sand Sense and Jackson Howard, so I'm
there
not
should
exactly
be
sure.
3 Jacksons, or 2 Jacksons that are in his agenda pile there, so out of the game, and then the 3 Sand Sense should be in his discard.
Yeah, so it is... I was just too nervous to keep track of all this stuff. And, yeah, Dirty Laundry again. On his hand this time around. So I'm running on his hand. I do think that there is an agenda on his hand. I want to see it.
Oh, you and your die.
Die is never wrong. And it's not wrong this time around, ladies and gentlemen. Yes! NIPD contract. I'm up to 6, right?
I think so.
Either 6 or 5, not exactly sure.
It's 1, 2...
5.
2. Yes,
5.
5.
The first time I think was the breaking news. So for both of us, the next 2-point agenda wins the game. We're even right now. This is the battle of wits. But I should have thought about this. And then there is the misplay here. And I don't realize it's a misplay. He scores the ESCO script out of hand, but of course he couldn't. How could he?
Oh no!
Shakana is in play. Shakana is in play, but I don't realize. For some reason, I'm so caught up in the strategy, There's just so many minds going through my mind. I just realized, oh gosh, he find out a way to get through this. I thought, the token or something was... there was something I haven't considered or anything,
Yeah.
And I was just in the moment and was like, all right, you won. Finally, this is over. 47 minutes going, And then on my way home, I had like this, wait a minute. And then I write immediately like a, SMS to him like, wait a minute, Gereon, you couldn't have won. And you were like, oh no, you're completely right. And it was this embarrassing situation. Yes, but yeah, sadly, a huge misplay. And it was as much a mistake of mine that it was a mistake of his. Because obviously I should have been sober enough to understand that he couldn't have scored the ESCO script out of hand, that Shakana was out of play. I should have reminded him. So yeah, I'm as much fault for this misplay as he is. And we go to a second round of games, and I think he wins this time around. I'm not exactly sure. In any case, I'm the second in this tournament.
What did you win?
I'm the second place. And I won like a set of tokens.
Oh, fun!
And so for me it didn't matter actually, because I wanted the tokens anyway.
What did the first place win?
Gereon took, I think, some kind of special card. I'm not exactly sure. I think, what is it? Melange, I think, or something like this.
Oh, okay.
He got like a special card that he really wanted, and I didn't want the card. I wanted the tokens, so it didn't make a difference anyway. So again, if you want to check out Gereon's apps, even I swear he's usually a much better player than this. It was an honest mistake. It wasn't cheating or anything. So check out his apps. It is NRTM, like a tournament managing app, and of course NetDeck, which he just recently released, which is like a deck building app for the iPad. Really, really great software.
Does it tie into the Netrunner database?
Oh yes, yeah. He's actually working with the guys of the Netrunner database.
That's awesome.
And he like teased me that there might be in the future, there might be even some special functions, but I'm not gonna give out the secrets. Check it out. And we will be back next time with a new tournament, a new exciting tournament. The next tournament is going to be regionals.
Oh, I've heard sad times for Krystian.
There's going to be more challenges coming up. I hope you tune on next time. And as always, hack the planet.
Hack the planet!
Hack the planet! Hack the planet! Shut up and get in the car. Shit on me.